Brent Martin, Corey Setzer, Pete Wormcastle, Jonathan Martin, Mike Mays, and John Gatton Jr., the front half dozen starters. Some good cars in this one that we haven't seen this season. Keep an eye on the outside of the front row. Corey Setzer is always strong in modified competition. Jonathan Martin's back with us in that yellow 30. Keep an eye on him, and keep an eye on the Mike Stacy built race car of the 4 of Terry Fisher Jr. He'll start 9th. The field of modifieds getting set to go. 30 laps in distance. They come through corners 3 and 4. Getting set to match the throttle. Brent Martin, Corey Setzer, the front row. Here we go, green flag. Down into corner number 1, the field goes. Brent Martin, the race leader. Corey Setzer made the high lane working his heat race. What can he do in the feature? Now he'll drop back just a little bit. Setzer's going to drop back into 3rd, trying to get down to the bottom. Wormcastle already into the runner-up spot. Wormcastle into 2nd. Setzer goes to 3rd. Martin and Gatton battling for 4th and 5th. Mike Mays is stuck in 6th. Now Setzer's trying to power back around the outside. Gatton almost off the top of the racetrack. Still wheel to wheel for the runner-up spot. Setzer trying to nose back ahead. Oh, a couple of cars get all crossed up down in corner 3 and 4. Zach Lowe in the 4 goes around. Corey Coulardo goes down into the grass to try to avoid the accident. Jeremy Wallen gets crossed up as well. Caution flag going to come out. Corey Setzer tried to shoot to the outside lane on the initial start, but gets all kinds of squirrely. That lets Jonathan Martin in the 30 car almost get past him. They're side by side down the backstretch, working through 3 and 4. Wormcastle in the 9 trying to close in on Brent Martin. .30 car, Jonathan Martin, last year's USA Modified Series point champion. He goes into number 3 position. Setzer, one of the mainstay names for the Rumble in Fort Wayne Midget Race. And now Jonathan Martin gets into the back of the 9 of Pete Wormcastle. Wormcastle gets turned around. Yellow flag out. They're going to come through corners 3 and 4. 2 laps in, 28 laps to go. There's the green flag. We're back underway. Going to see if we can get a couple of solid laps in under green. Get a good green flag run. Martin with a good initial jump on the field. Setzer, the 24, trying to run the 2 car. Martin back down. John Gatton Jr. sits in 3rd. Don't count out Steve Minnick Jr. He's in 4th. The man to beat this year in the modifieds has been Steve Minnick Jr. in that 37 machine. He sits in 4th. Mike Mays has been a contender as well. He's got a feature win here this season. He's in 5th. John Gatton Jr., the 89, looking to bag a win in that fantastic Sam's Hair Salon. Napa Auto Parts car number 89. He's all over the back bumper of Corey Setzer. Setzer's got something to contend with race leader Brent Martin. He's maybe just holding back a little bit. Setzer trying to get a run on the 2 car. Martin's going to complete another lap, still with the race lead. Gatton all over the back bumper of Setzer. Gatton gets squirrely coming down the front straightaway just for a second. Good racing back near the back of the pack. Jennings battling with Schlater and the 9 car Wormcastle. Gatton down to the inside of Corey Setzer. That's for the runner-up spot. Gatton with the advantage at the line. Gatton trying to get past the 24 Setzer. John Gatton Jr.'s 2 sons, Jordan and Jonathan, both won their feature events on the oval track on the infield here last night in the go-kart ranks. Dad's looking to bag him one as well. Gatton into 2nd. Now Minnick to the inside of Corey Setzer. That's for the top 3 position. Whoa! Minnick almost gets spun around going down in the 1st and 2nd corner. He gets crossed up. Saw some sparks out from underneath that machine, but he keeps the car going. Martin, Gatton, Setzer, Minnick, and Mays, the front 5. Rick Coe with a solid top 6 run. Coe sits in 6th. Rick Coe in 6th. 7th is Ralph Baxter the 3rd. 8th is Terry Fisher Jr. 9th, Mike Bufink. 10th is Joe Jennings. Pete Wamcastle 11th. Jonathan Martin 12th. Steve Schlater Jr. sits in 13th. 14th is the 85T of Alan Fox. Up front, John Gatton Jr. in the 89 is stalking the 2 car of Brent Martin. John Gatton Jr. all over the back of the 2 car of Brent Martin. Setzer trying to hold off Minnick. Now Gatton goes to the outside of Brent Martin for the race lead. Gatton side by side with him down the front stretch. John Gatton Jr. Oh, Martin tags the grass down on the infield. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. That lets Gatton pull ahead. Gatton with the race lead. Martin fighting back to the inside. Setzer in the high side trying to hold off Minnick. Minnick trying to get the spot. Mays is there as well. Mays is 5th. Good racing for the race lead and back about 6 car lengths for 3rd. Minnick and Setzer wheel to wheel for the 3rd spot. The lead battles back to single file as Gatton's got the spot over Martin. Minnick trying to nose ahead of Corey Setzer. Minnick pushes it a little bit high, trying to slam the door on Setzer. That's going to let Mays pull back down to the inside. Setzer a little squirrely off the 4th corner. He's going to drop into 4th. Setzer still trying to hold on to a solid top 4 run. Mike Mays in that 72 machine trying to get around Corey Setzer. Corey Setzer still you're sitting in the number 4 position ahead of Mike Mays. Mays sits in 5th. 10, make that halfway, that time by 15 in, 15 to go. Corey Setzer still trying to hold off Mike Mays. Mays working the inside lane. Mike Mays wheel to wheel with Corey Setzer. That's the battle for 4th. Mays pulls ahead of Setzer. Mays pulls ahead of Setzer. Put Mays in the 4th, but he gets a little squirrely. Setzer gets in the back of him, but they both keep it going. Mays in the 4th, Setzer back to 5th. Meanwhile, Steve Minnick Jr. has caught the 2 car, Brent Martin. Brent Martin trying to hold on to that runner-up spot ahead of the man that's been dominant this season in the modified, Steve Minnick Jr. About a month ago, Minnick bagged both of the 50-lap events. The first round of the Napa Twin 50s in late models and modifieds. Going to have Twin 50s on Gold Cup night here in 2 weeks. Race leader John Gatton Jr. about a half a straightaway ahead of 2nd place Brent Martin. Minnick still can't find a way around him. Setzer is 5th, Rick Coe is 6th, and then it's about another straightaway back to 7th place. Ralph Baxter the 3rd. Baxter's got a challenge right now from Terry Fisher Jr. Terry Fisher Jr. stuck back in traffic, trying to find a way around Baxter. Battle still for 2nd. Minnick still trying to make the top shelf work around Brent Martin, but to no avail. Rick Coe in 6th takes a peek to the bottom of Corey Setzer for a top 5 spot. That's going to be no avail. He's going to try it again. Now Terry Fisher Jr. down to the inside of Ralph Baxter the 3rd. Ralph Baxter the 3rd trying to hold on to the spot, but Fisher's got the preferred groove down around the bottom. John Gatton Jr. good half a straightaway ahead of 2nd place Brent Martin trying to check out on the field. In a couple of laps, he's going to have lap traffic to work with. Minnick still can't find a way around. Brent Martin, caution. Trouble down in corner number 4. The 80 car, Ralph Baxter the 3rd, loops it around. Yellow flag going to come out. Gatton, your race leader. Martin 2nd. Minnick 3rd. Mays 4th. Setzer 5th. That's your top 5. 8 laps to settle it. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. We're trying to settle it here with the modifieds. John Gatton Jr., your race leader. Brent Martin second. Steve Minnick Jr. trying to mount a challenge from that number 3 position. Squirrely off the 4th corner was the 2 car, Martin, but he keeps the car going and he holds off Minnick. Now Minnick again taking a look to the outside. Ralph Baxter the 3rd, and that number 80 machine got his spot back after Terry Fisher Jr. did tap out on the last caution flag, but Fisher's trying to tear his way up to the field. 24 laps complete, 6 laps to go. Field going to be shown, 5 to go next time by. Field mainly single file. John Gatton Jr. is trying to check out on second place, Brent Martin. Martin about 6 car lengths behind the 89 machine. Martin ahead of Minnick, and then it's Mays. Setzer trying to hold off Rick Coe. Mays closes in pretty quickly once again on the 37 machine of Steve Minnick Jr. 26 laps complete this time by. Gatton continues to stretch the lead. Gatton looking like the man to beat right now. Minnick tries to take a peek to the bottom of the 2 car. Brent Martin, but to no avail. Minnick takes a look to the outside, but gets closed off once again by Brent Martin. Mike Mays tries to close in. Everybody, all kinds of squirrely coming off the 4th corner. Track looking pretty slick with the hot, humid conditions we've had here all day. 2 laps to go this time by for John Gatton Jr. John Gatton Jr., your race leader by about 10 car lengths over second place, Brent Martin. Steve Minnick Jr. sits 3rd. 4th is Mike Mays. 5th, Corey Setzer. 6th, Rick Coe. 7th, Pete Wapcastle. Battle is for 8th between the 30 car, Jonathan Martin, and the 80 machine, Ralph Baxter the 3rd. White flag in the air. Corn Power getting it done here tonight in the modifieds. The only car in the field powered by ethanol is that car number 89, and it's going to pick up the victory. The Fantastic Sam's, Hair Salon, Napa Auto Parts, JC Automotive, car number 89. John Gatton Jr. bags the feature win. Coming to the line for 2nd, Brent Martin. Minnick 3rd, Mays 4th, Corey Setzer will round out the top 5. It got off to a bit of a rough start, but what a way to finish off the feature event with the modifieds. And folks, we still have 2 features left to go.